I didn't hit Challenger in TFT because I found a broken comp or because I high rolled 10 games in a row. I hit Challenger twice in set 15 on two different accounts because I changed how I thought about the game. And if you're stuck, hopefully this video might help out a little bit. I've been playing TFT for years, and for the most of the time, I was hard stuck, Grandmasters, Masters. It was the same story. Hard stuck, 0 LP, no ways to climb out or make a difference. Every game kind of felt the same. This video isn't a guide, it's the real journey, what actually changed for me, what held me back, and what finally pushed me to Challenger. For years, I was stuck in literally the stone age of TFT, I guess. I spammed games, copied tier lists, I forced comfort comps. When I lost, I blamed variance. When I won, I assumed that I finally figured it out or, you know, it clicked, but nothing actually changed. I was just banging rocks together and calling an improvement because it sounds silly, but that's actually what I was doing. Whenever I watched real Challenger players, it felt like they were solving a puzzle I couldn't even see. And I guess that's where the real challenge actually starts, is when you can start to actually see the puzzle and start to put the pieces together. You start making the same holds they do. You can actually understand why they hold certain pieces, why they slam certain items. It all kind of makes sense once you get to this point. And I guess that's why, like, when people get to this point, they never really go backwards if they continue to learn and I guess continue to stay up to date. Because TFT is a forever evolving game, and I truly think that anyone can get to this higher level of play if they apply the right principles, the fundamentals, and actually study, because that's what it takes to be Challenger in TFT. Everything changed when I stopped asking myself, like, what comp do I play, and started asking, why am I making this decision? I stopped watching VODs for comps and started watching for things like item slams, why people are making certain choices with their econ, when they did or didn't roll, why they accepted a fourth, especially from bad spots. Why are they celebrating a fourth place when in reality they could have went first, right? These are all the things that are going through my mind. I realized that I had bad narratives, that I had to high roll, and that low roll games were doomed and you always had to go 8th, and it's automatically minus 40 LP, when that's not actually the case. That flexibility meant pivoting late, not early. Once I understood how much influence I actually had, TFT stopped feeling random all the time. Don't get me wrong, this is a game based around variance, but I never really understood how much impact I could have on each game until one day I did. Once I understood how much influence I actually had, it was just no longer random. And that's when my LP started to go up and up and up. And then I hit Grandmasters for the first time in set 11. But then, of course, I hit another wall. This one wasn't mechanical, it was definitely mental. My confidence was tied to results, and bad games ruined my mood. Good games occasionally fed the ego, don't get me wrong, but it never really lasted long. Fear started controlling my decisions all the time. Like, I would overroll in certain spots, I would be scared to try out a new line because they were unfamiliar. Fear makes you play not to lose. The biggest shift in realizing this was confidence isn't avoiding mistakes. It's being okay making mistakes. That's what confidence was. And at least recognizing them, or at least when you're making them or after you've made them, whether or not that's reviewing or maybe in the moment, these things matter. Once I accepted that bad decisions were part of growth, everything changed. I committed to lines faster. I trusted my reads. My early game line recognition became clearer. And when I was wrong, most importantly, I could identify it. I was starting to identify it and I could learn immediately. The final piece was something I call mental priming. In TFT, you don't lose because you don't know enough. You lose because your attention is in the wrong place. Before every game, I started asking, am I playing tempo or am I playing to scale? E.g., am I playing for a fourth? Am I playing for a first? What stage actually matters, and when does winning, what does it actually mean to win a game of TFT? And once I did that, the game started to slow down a lot. I started to see roll windows coming, e.g. wave theory. I anticipated lobby spikes. I knew when to sack HP and when to fight. That's when Challenger stopped feeling mythical. That's when I did it again on a second account, purely just to prove to myself that it wasn't luck. I didn't hit Challenger because I found a broken comp. I hit it because it's changed the way I thought. If you're stuck right now, I promise there is a path forward. It's just not one most people are looking for. Thanks for watching. And if this helped change your mindset even a little, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below.